let's go ahead and let's talk about the NFL draft. The 2019 NFL draft is going to be in Nashville. This is a change. I know when I grew up, it was always in New York City. That's what I've been accustomed to. I know when they went to change that a couple of years back, I wasn't a big fan of it. I didn't like it. I've said this is tradition. I like that it's on Saturday and Sunday. They moved it to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I was a little skeptical because I like to have a weekend affair, but moving the dates was great. Now they moved the venue. Chicago was the first one. I'm a huge Chicago fan. Chicago is probably one of my favorite cities in the world that I've traveled to, and it was amazing. I like it there, but I was a little skeptical. Regardless, they knocked it out of the park, and it was awesome seeing it half outside, half indoors. Kind of how they did a lot of different things. So I was like, okay. And then they had it in Philadelphia a couple years ago back, and I'm like, this is awesome. The Philadelphia crowd was electric. Everyone was on fire. They got booed out of the place. It was a great atmosphere. And then this past year was in Dallas, and it's kind of cool having it in Jerry World, just seeing the giant screen and the half the field put aside. They had 100,000 people there, something like that. This year, in the next draft, 2019, they're going to have it in Nashville, and yeah, it's definitely interesting. At first thought, I was like, okay, Nashville, definitely one of the fastest growing cities. You always hear about people moving to Nashville. Um, but I was like, okay, is this the right place? But then you get to think about it. There's a lot of NFL franchises that are very close to Nashville. You got teams like, Atlanta's not too far away. You have the, Cincinnati, a lot of places for lots of fans to get there. And yeah, it's nice to have the Jets fans and the Giants fans in New York taking over the place. And when their pick comes on, it's electric. You had, the Eagles fans, the Bears fans. I mean, I think the Eagles fans set the standard for anybody. They were amazing. Dallas was Dallas, and they tended to have a little bit more people there from other places. But in Nashville, I think the thing that's going to make it the most unique is you have people from all these different franchises. And yeah, you're not going to have the Eagles fans going crazy, but I still think you're going to have a little bit better of an atmosphere just because more fans from different areas are able to get there, and I think it's going to be a great event. And it's still new in the process. As of this recording, they're still ironing out venues. It's going to be April 25th through the 27th, so kind of in that late April once again. But where they're going to have it, they talked about doing around the parking lot of the stadium, the Nissan Stadium. They talked about the Ascend Amphitheater, Music City Center, kind of in that area. I'm not very familiar. I've never been to Nashville, but it's definitely a place that I think is going to be very interesting to see. I think it's going to be a place that it's going to give us a different draft, and I think that's a good thing. As I've said probably several times, Philadelphia was great, but I think it's going to be a better atmosphere than maybe Chicago was, than maybe Dallas was. So that's kind of my thoughts on the draft. I like it. I like that they're changing it up. I was, such a traditionalist. No, you got to have it in New York. Keep it there. It's been in Broadway, or not Broadway, but Music City Hall for years and years and years. Don't move it, and they moved it, and it's actually turned out to be pretty good and a great atmosphere. And now I'm a fan of it, traveling from year to year just to kind of see what's out there, and maybe they do that for a while and settle in on a few locations like Philadelphia. Maybe Nashville tends to be that place too. So definitely a great fit, I think. Definitely a place that I think they will have a lot of good success. So that's kind of my thoughts. If you're not subscribing to this on YouTube, make sure that you're doing that. Make sure you follow me at draft_Brian on Twitter. Make sure you follow at NFL Draft Geek, and make sure you're hitting up NFLDraftGeek.com for all your draft needs. We're not, just because the draft is over and football hasn't started yet, does not mean that we are not doing anything. Plenty of new content up on a daily basis. 2019 rankings should be up soon. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy.